Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and today in this video we are going to configure user profile disk, which is also known as a UDP, in remote desktop services environment, which is running on Windows Server 2025. So we have deployed in last two videos. We have deployed our RDS farm and added 3 session hosts to that server, and this is extremely important in multi-session RDS deployment because it ensures the user get consistent profiles and sets roam across the host whenever, let's say, if users log in on session host 1 or 2 or 3, does not matter, they will get the same profile. And login performance is also going to be improved, and profile corruption issue are going to be minimized since the profile are going to be saved on centralized location. So let me quickly run through what we have in our lab environment. So I got my domain controller, so Win2K25 DC0, and this is my domain controller. On same server we are going to use as a file share. However, this is not recommended for production but since this is a lab environment, I'll go ahead and do that. And I got my one of my connection broker, 3 session host server, and 2 Windows 11 client. So we will store all our users profile on a virtual disk, which is on domain controller, located on domain controller. So what happens behind the scenes when the users log into RDS session host, and if the um, UDP is enabled, UPD is enabled. So when users log in, the broker determines the session host, which session host needs to be catered to the user based on the load balancing and other parameters. So then once the host is determined, VHDX file is going to be automatically mounted to the users for that particular user profile, and then a profile loads from the VHDX, and on the log of disk get detached from the session host server, so no local profile are going to be stored anymore. So what are the best practices? So since we are if you are running a production environment, it is not recommended to use a domain controller, which I already told. So store your user profile disk on dedicated file server, not on DC, and use basically SMB3 protocol to access the share folders from session host server to connection broker, and use DFRS namespace for high availability. So if you are storing your UPD on single file server, there is a chances for failure, so it is recommended to store on namespace for a high availability, and use high speed storage. Do not use slow disk or low performance disk. So it is always recommended to high performance disk, and backup VHDX folders always. So if there is a loss of a VHDX file, all the users are going to lose their profiles and data. So make sure you have a backup enabled for a user profile disk VHDX folders, and monitor the disk growth. If the disk growth is there, so you need to make sure you have always free and enough free space on the drive where you are storing the VHDX files. So let's move here. So this is my environment which we are going to use in this demo. So I got my domain controller. On domain controller, under the D drive, I'll create this users profile folder, and this is my going to be UNC part to access that folder. And I got my connection broker server, which is serving the RDP session host to these 3 session host server, and RDP access are going to be accessed from here. And I got two of my clients, and you can see the session host server and UDP are going to be mapped here. So roaming profile users basically get consistent same desktop and files across session host. So this is what are the benefit, and this is you can say my network diagram for the deployment which I have. So let's do step-by-step configuration for user profile disk. So very first task, we need to create a share folder which is called user profiles, and set the NTFS permission on our domain controller. So I'll go and log into my domain controller. So this is my domain controller. So I have attached one 500 gig drive to my domain controller. So I'll go and show you. So as of now I got only C drive, so I have added one 500 gig drive. So I'll go ahead and initialize in GPT, and then I'll go here and create new, So click new and D, and I'll go and call it user or RDS user UPD. So now finish. Now my drive is available on my computer, I guess. So here it is. So I'll go ahead and create one folder name called user profiles, and then I'll go here and set my NTFS permission. So what are the NTFS permission required? So you need to remove the inheritance and configure system full control, domain admin full control, and create owner full control, subfolder and files only, and domain user should have only read and execute, and it should be set to this folder only. So I'll go ahead and do it. So here I'll go to security and advanced. So I'll disable first inheritance, so and convert inheritance to explicit permission. And here if you see here, I'll go ahead and remove these users. I don't need this. So the first one is going to be a system which has full control. This is good. So I'll add domain admin, my domain admin's full control, so they can do administration if required. So here full control, okay, and then apply. And then I'll add create owner is also good, it has a full control. So now the final thing which I need to add is domain users, and give the read and execute permission, and this is the default permission what they need. So and from here you need to select this folder only, so they should not go beyond this folder. So this is good. Now okay, now we have configured the NTFS permission. Now we are going to create a share folder and configure the permission also. So permission we will control by we are controlling by NTFS permission. So for the share we are going to use full control to everyone. So I'll go ahead and do it. So go to properties again, go to sharing, advanced sharing, enable, and put dollar, so that this share folder is got hidden. So in permission I'll go and give full control. So now this is good. Now the next thing, we need to validate the newly created share folder be accessible from all session host server by using this UNC path. So I'll go ahead and copy this UNC path. So now I'll try to run first from the DC itself. So I'm able to access, so this looks good. So now I'll go and my RDS1. So this is very important. So you need to make sure the share folder are accessible. So RDS1, and I got my RDS2 here. So RDS admin, and this is 3, host number 3. So you need to make sure this testing is completed successfully. So now if I go to run, just try to access this folder. So I'm able to access this folder. So this is good from session host 1. I'll do it from session host 2 now. So session host 2 is also good. And now the final host, which we have session host 3. So session host 3 also able to access. So this is good. Now we will go in our collection which we have already created in first video and enable the user profile disk on for RDS. So this is good. Now go to our RDS connection broker server and remote desktop services. You will see this is my collection which we have created, and I'll go in properties of my collection, edit properties, and here I'll go to user profile disk, and I'll go ahead and enable this, put the share folder path, and I'll give 10 gig. And here you have an option to do a advanced customization for user profile. So if you want to store anything specific, you can do that also, but however it is recommended to store all user setting and data on user profile disk. So since user can move from one session host to another session host, and they need all their data. So just click on apply, and now this seems good. So now if you go on that path, you will see a template folder. So uh, I'm on my DC and user profile. You will see a user VHD template folder is VHDX basically created. So this is good. Now to test it, uh, this is the final task where we need to perform a testing and validation for user profile disk by user login. So I'll go ahead on my RDS1. So now I will open Chrome. So now I got my RDS web access. I'll click there, and now I'll type my password for this user, and let's download this RDP file, and let's now try to connect. So now this will load the profile. So let's verify where my session is going to be created. So now it will soon show you the session of users 01 once the session is stable. So now you can see we are able to log in. Now if I go and validate, you will see I got logged into session host 1 and user 01. So this is good. Now if I go to session host 1, you will see this one disk is created on that share folder. And now if I go on the disk management, you will see this VHDX is mounted on this session host 1. So you can see here this is virtual disk which is mapped. So now this is good. Now I'll go ahead and create one test folder here just to make sure file. So RDS UPD test. I'll put hello here and just save this one. And now what I'll do, I will go ahead and remove this session host 1 from the production. So now session will not come to this user. And now we will try to log in next time with the same user. It will redirect me to such some other session host, and we will verify we will get the user profile disk mapped or not. So now if I go to connection broker, just refresh this. So now you see user 1 session is killed, and RDS session host 1 is out of production now. So now if you go and validate the disk also, so this disk is not going to be mapped. You can see session host 1, the disk is detached now. So now let's try to log in again by the same user 1, and see if we get the data. And on the when users get logged into some other session host, so in the backend, basically connection broker is determining which session host server this user session will go. So now you can see the session is successfully established. Now if I go here, just refresh this time I'm getting session on my session host 2, and this is good. Now if I go and see my file which I created is visible here, so this is good. And now let's verify the disk mapping on session host 2. So I'm on session host 2. You can see here session host 2, and if I go to disk management, you will see that virtual disk is mapped here. So So now you can see the user disk is mapped. So this is good. So we have successfully tested the user profile disk deployment and configuration on Windows Server 2025 on RDS farm. So basically, what are the common issues? Like access denied issue you will see when the NTFS permission has some problem, profile not loading, share path is incorrect. So slow logins, basically storage performance issue, and dislogged user session got logged out properly. So these are the some common issues. So if you found this video helpful, like and share and subscribe for more enterprise lab content. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.